Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla and this is my 7-month bump date with baby boy number 2. Can you believe it? We've got 2 months left till he's here, or less. So this past month there has been so much to update you guys on. So with this past month we've had ultrasounds galore, blood tests, we've had tetanus shots, we've had a lot of things. So let's just dive right in. At our so we had an appointment at 24 weeks, is which I updated you guys last time, and our 28-week appointment happened within this last month. And the biggest highlight to take away from that is I passed my glucose test, the 1-hour one, the very first one. Passed it with flying colors. The limit was 135, I was at 102. Where with Connor, my first baby, when I took the 1-hour test and failed it, my number was 150, but I'd passed the 3-hour one with flying colors for him. But I passed the very first glucose test, the 1-hour one for this baby with flying colors. I was a nervous wreck preparing for it. I'm so proud of myself. I was eating better, I was exercising, I was taking better care of myself, eating less sugar, eating less, gaining a slightly less more weight at this point. So I'm just so excited and surprised. I was floored. I'd already scheduled the 3-hour test the 2 days later because I just thought for sure I was gonna have to do that. They say the older you are, and if you have failed a previous pregnancy's test for glucose, the more likely you are to fail again. So I was like, well, there we are. But I didn't. So thank you, and thank you for a healthy placenta, because I think that's what causes a lot of the issues for gestational diabetes. So that's a very well working placenta. I'm very happy. So that was our 28-week appointment. I got a tetanus shot, which they make you do at 28 weeks every pregnancy, no matter how close apart they are. So I had to get that for Connor, and now I got that again, which hurt for about 2 or 3 days. It was much more painful than I remembered. So I was not thrilled about that, especially since I got it 2 years ago. But whatever, I never fight them. I just figure it's the rules, so I'll just do it. And we got to listen to baby's heartbeat on the Doppler that day. It sounded great. It was in the 150s. I was up same exact amount I'd gained at 28 weeks that I was with Connor. Maybe even 1 pound less. No, I think it was exact, which is great. They measured my fundal height, and I am always measuring a week ahead, same as I was with Connor. And so same for this baby, I'm measuring a week ahead. So at that point I was 29 weeks. Blood pressure for me looked great, everything was great. After that appointment, 2 days later, we had our big family 4D ultrasound, which I look forward to every pregnancy. And I know even though I have 2 boys, everyone's like, why would you do it again? They'll just look the same, it's pointless, blah, 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 blah. Some people don't even do it for their first baby. But I'm just, so excited, and I look forward to it because it's once you do it, you can't go back. You notice the night and day difference between a 4D color ultrasound versus the outline shadow 2D ultrasound they give you for 5 seconds at your doctor. And so, at the 4D one, we had a 30-minute ultrasound, 25-minute, and it was just incredible. It was so fun. We made the decision to not look at baby's feet then. We just wanted to leave that to God and spend a few more weeks of prayer, because I had my medical 30-week ultrasound a few days ago. So just kind of left that to God and said, hey, we're just not going to deal with that, bother with that. And that's that. So we just focus on the baby's face, fingers, hands, ribs, spine, genital, everything, making sure for sure he's a boy, which of course he is. And it was a beautiful experience. I'll show you some of these pictures over here. But we also got a heartbeat necklace, which I did for Connor as well. So kind of just records the wavelength for his heart and puts it into jewelry. And then the heartbeat bear. Connor's was a dark brown bear, not as fuzzy. And this baby's is a light brown bear. So yeah, so that was important for me to get to. I know it's extra and silly and stupid, same for the necklace, but it's important to me. I work hard. I go through a lot to get my babies here and go through a lot with different things with the pregnancies and stuff, so I'll take small wins like passing glucose tests and getting necklaces for my babies. And I also got a necklace with 2 C's on it to celebrate that Connor and this baby, who his name will be starting with a C. We haven't narrowed it down yet between 3 C names, I believe. We'll just see when he gets here. We kind of are stuck. But anyway, so it's a 2 C necklace, and it just represents my boys, and it's really precious. And it also includes our dog, who's my baby as well. And because Connor calls her Cece, her name's Lucy, and it's C and C. So I was like, hey, that's all 3 of them. I know he won't call her Cece forever, but it's been sticking. So one thing we noticed at the 4D ultrasound too was baby is no longer breech, which was quite shocking and hard to see his face for at the 4D because he was so far down. Because with Connor, he was breech until 36 weeks, which we were getting nervous. We'd have to either schedule a C-section or manually have to have him turned the next week, and he turned last minute. But at the 36-week mark. But this baby has been, as far as we know, head down since 28 weeks or sooner, and that's been great. And it also allowed us to see his feet really well at the 30-week appointment, the medical one. But back to the 4D. So we had Cody's family, my family. We all Connor there. He got to see baby brother. He obviously didn't care really or understand what was going on, but he got to be there regardless, and that was very important to me because obviously for his 4D there was no other older siblings to attend, so it was just very special for us. Cody always gets to sit next to me and hold my hand. He does that every ultrasound, and then he just got the cutest little 4D pictures of his little face, and he actually looks different than Connor, which I didn't think was possible because my husband and I, like, people joke we look like siblings, which is weird, but we look very similar. We have very similar features. We look a lot alike. Have, you know, similar hair color, similar eyes, whatever. And so it's like, what other variation can there be? And my husband's genes are very strong. Connor is like his replica. So I was like, this boy has to be the same. Well, he has a very different look than Connor so far from ultrasound. So we were quite shocked, and we'll be very excited to see what he looks like when he comes out. I'm guessing he'll have even lighter hair than Connor when he was born, because Connor had kind of brown hair at birth, which shocked me. I know my hair looks dark here, but in sunlight and my whole life it's been pretty blonde. And my husband's is bleach blonde, so we were quite shocked Connor's was not bleach blonde when he was born, which it is now. But so I'm guessing this baby will have that at birth. Blonde hair, blue eyes, everything, whatever. Let me show you some of these pictures. I'll start from the top down. He's got chunky cheeks. Comparing him to Connor at this point, I hate to say it, but this baby's big. He's bigger than Connor was at this point, for sure. Just nuzzle in. See, it's the same picture. And he has the cutest nose. Cody's nose, of course. Thank goodness he has the cutest little nose. It's like a little pointy button nose. I'm very envious of my husband. This is my favorite picture by far. He looks so cute. Sorry about the glare. Let's see. Here. Oh, look at that. He just has a very angelic look about him. He moves a lot less than Connor and a lot less forcefully. I think this is going to be my chill baby. Here he is grinning. And one picture, he was pouting. We had to shake him a bunch to get him to show his face. He was not going to show it the whole time. We had people fly in to see this ultrasound. I can't not have him show his face. That's all we're looking at. So I had to move around me and shake him around a little bit, see him to move, and he started pouting because we were bothering him. And it's like, I can't even comfort him or hold him. I'm like, okay, everyone, stop. We gotta stop shaking him. Okay, we're done. Sorry, buddy. But he'd sit there and he'd pout his little lip over and over, and it's like, I'm so sorry, baby. And he has no idea what's happening on the outside. Let's see. Last one. I think the rest are duplicates. But I'll show you a comparison of this baby and Connor. That's 4D. Same gestation, 28 weeks exactly. I think Connor's was even like 4 days further gestation. And this baby still is much chunkier in the cheeks. So it's like, oh boy, this baby might be the thing that this might be what gets me. Look at that. This one's good. See, they just have a different look. Let's see. Connor's on the right. And he was on the right on that last photo too. They look related, but not identical. Shocked. And Connor did so well at the appointment. He would sit at the bottom where my feet were and just sit so patiently, looking at the screen. And then he played with blocks. I'm also to the point where I'm seen every 2 weeks at the doctor now, starting from 28 weeks until 36 weeks, which then I'm seen every week. And then once I hit 40, it's twice a week. That's to the point where I now feel baby's feet in my ribs, and that is interesting. I remember that with Connor. He seems to lay the same way Connor prefers to. My doctor is not available any of the days we want to be induced, so we're not going to be inducing this time, which I was going to take that as my sign to be induced or not. We had a wonderful experience last time, but the chances of us having a wonderful experience again are very, very, very slim. So I'm just going to take that as a sign to let my body go into labor naturally, show up to the hospital and hope for the best, and hope this baby comes early on his own. So July 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th are very important days, and that's a 5-day range of possibly for baby to come. And I'm measuring a week ahead already anyway. And second babies come earlier and faster too, and Connor was a week early on his own. So I'm very much banking this baby will come early. And so his official due date is July 19th, and he measured at July 18th most of the time, but now is a week ahead. Regardless, they don't change dates this late, even though it's now measuring at July 13th. That's just him being big. So those 5 dates that I mentioned are special because it would fill my personal family's chronological order of dates if he was born on the 9th or the 13th, because Connor is born June 10th, my husband July 11th, me July 12th. So 10, 11, 12, 13, or 9, 10, 11, 12. So that'd fit kind of the order. And if baby was born on July 10th, it would be the same date, the 10th, as Connor, even though it's June versus July. They'd both be born on the 10th. And my doctor is available on that day to induce, but it's too early to induce. It's 9 days early, where he doesn't like to induce any sooner than 7 days unless there's an issue. And if he was born, of course, on the 11th, that'd be my husband's birthday, very special. On the 12th, that'd be my birthday, that'd be special in July. And then, of course, the 13th to finish that chronological order. So there's a lot of dates there that I will be hoping he comes on. My doctor's also only available to induce on the 15th, which fits in my window when he's on call. And that's just the most random date. It's close to the due date anyway. I know I'll be going on my own anyway, so just going to see how that works and talk to my doctor more about what that will look like, because I'm so used to being induced versus coming in on my own. My biggest fear is missing the epidural window, but that can happen anytime, any way, any shape, so induced or not. We got to have a hospital tour a few days ago, which I did not get to do with Connor because of COVID, and I was very upset about. So I got to learn a lot of things I didn't know before. We got to be more familiar with where I was and where I had given birth, where I wasn't going and stuff. Like last time, that I was just in so much pain, I couldn't even fathom like where I am, who I am, what's going on. Like I was just like, I need help. I need the epidural. I need to give birth now. So now I feel more comfortable, especially coming in not induced, where to go, where things were, where I was even staying before. So I got the hospital tour, learned that my hospital can take babies as early as 32 weeks, which I'm almost there. That's encouraging. I did not know that. And so they have a NICU quality level for that. And I got to also register at the hospital. So we're fully registered when we show up, even though I'll be going to triage first and then to a room when available. Unlike induction, I still won't have to do any paperwork because I'll probably be in pain. I can just walk right in, check in, give me a band, check me, send me to a room, start IV, epidural, everything, give birth. So that was a lot of fun. We also, at the 30-week appointment, I know this video only goes to 29 weeks, but I'm just going to throw this in there. At our 30-week medical ultrasound, which was, I guess, technically at 29 weeks and 6 days, we did do that. We got to, baby was still head down, we got to see his feet in a medical setting where they can say yes or no of club feet, and of course, we saw them both very well, luckily, because he's not breech. And they both look pretty darn terrible. I mean, they're just so darn twisted and clubbed. So both feet, as far as we can tell until birth, both feet are clubbed, which is unlike our first son, who had one club foot and one skew foot, which was kind of clubbed and kind of not. And this baby's feet look even more clubbed than Connor's left foot was. Not that that matters, the treatment's the same, but it's just hard to look at, hard to change diapers because his feet are in his diaper when you open it up, and it just, he's already touching everything in there, so he gets poop on his feet with his feet turned in so far. And that's hard, and it's hard to look at the ultrasound because it just looks, it's almost nauseating because of how disformed and disfigured it is. And it's really sad because we were hoping for the best, and we've been praying these last 10 weeks, and the whole circumstance still doesn't make sense because they weren't clubbed and now they are, and they just keep, every ultrasound they look worse, they look different. So that's been hard. We have one more ultrasound at 36 weeks, which won't be most really looking at the feet, it'll be kind of a gross scan. But we also, speaking of, while we're scanning for his feet, they got to do the measurements for his weight, and he is 3 pounds 9 ounces, which Connor at this point was 3 pounds 12 ounces, but still that's pretty on the hefty side-ish for this, and he is measuring fully a week ahead as my fundal height suggests. So this baby will be coming, probably sooner than later, and me making him big, because I know if you gain excessive weight it can make your babies big, or diabetes related stuff, which I don't have now obviously, but because I'm at the 30-week mark 2 pounds less gained than I was with Connor at this point. So that's good. Because right now is when I gain my weight in my second trimester only for my pregnancies. And I gain no weight in the third trimester, and I usually lose in the first. So I just always gain a ton of weight in the second trimester, and that's it though. And I'm already seeing that it's slowing down now, and I've gotten some reflux issues too starting back up that I had terribly with Connor. It's not as bad this time, and that really helps me manage my weight because I just can't eat. So I've been getting a ton of less sleep this pregnancy than I did with Connor because I can't sleep in because I've got Connor. So it takes me forever to get comfy, to fall asleep, settle the reflux from eating that day, and so by the time I actually fall asleep, it's so late, so early in the morning, so late at night that I get very minimal sleep because Connor wakes up early, and I just feel terrible throughout the rest of the day. And I have aches and pains because I'm having to chase Connor all day, which I did not have with Connor. So this pregnancy has definitely been harder. And I've been getting some headaches, which is normal, just a little bit. I struggled with that my first and third trimesters. And yeah, just back aches, the typical aches and pains. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with everything. There's a lot to update. I kind of threw that 30-week one in there, even though technically it still kind of falls in this video. 29 weeks, 6 days, all that stuff happened. And yeah, so that's where we're at. That's the update. We'll have to go through the clubfoot journey again, and it's going to be a lot harder this time for many aspects, physically and mentally and emotionally, for us and baby. And at least Connor can understand a little bit and help us, and just, yeah, and let me show you the picture of the ultrasound from 30 weeks. See, this, guys, this is why you get 40 ultrasounds, because all those pictures I showed you from our family of 4D, let me just show you what they gave for the one picture they gave me for my 30-week thing, even with the club feet. Yep, that. And people say it's not worth getting 4D. It's like, okay. And other news, I ordered my maternity picture dress. It's wine colored, surprisingly. My nursery is 99% complete. I'm waiting for one item. That's very small. I'll show you guys a nursery tour closer. And hospital bags already packed. Pfft, easy. You don't need anything. You're doing yourself a favor, hospital a favor. I use literally nothing but my phone charger and my toothbrush last time I stayed. Then I just stayed naked the whole time in my hospital gown, and it was the best. Practically left like that too. So that's my biggest advice for new moms. Don't pack anything and get lots of sleep before going in. And what else have I done? Oh, I've ordered my baby sprinkle dress. Set my baby sprinkle up. It's going to be a tea party, all things pink, because why not? I'll never have a girl, so this is my chance to get it out of my system before he's here. And he'll never know. And pink cake, pink decorations, tea party, everything. So it's going to be a little family thing. And that is my update. We shall see you guys on month 8.